Well, here's the new bridge, and here's the old bridge, which is now a pedestrian bridge, I believe. And off there in the distance is the cathedral, which, or at least the church, which is, I assume, where I'm going. So the bridge is pretty, but they haven't done anything with the rest of the attribute either because they don't want to or they can't. So it's from somewhere over in those mountains that I came across from Ponferrada to where I am now. And I think that was about 35 kilometers. That's the longest I've walked so far. And now I put my bag away in my room at the albergue, and now I'm going back into town to look at that curious castle that they have. I get all my walking out of the way here as quickly as I can, get something to eat or something to take back to eat, and then get some sleep, get a shower, blah blah blah, get ready to go tomorrow morning. And can you believe it? Down this street of what looked like very I don't know how to say it, commercialized ambiance, down to the monumental area of town, which is down here where there's a castle, and of course this is a church that we're seeing in front of us. I'm down now at what is this curious edifice that looks like a castle. It has templum, which sounds like the Templars, and maybe it is. It looks like some kind of a bazaar going on today, or a fair, however you wish to call it. And more a church that we saw, and more of this castle. For those who forgot to bring their implements of war on the Camino, here you can replace the sword you didn't bring. Nice if I lived around here so I could get some of these, but I don't. This curving road around the castle. And noisemakers. More of the castle. And some kind of square up here I want to see. So here we are in another square, looking at a church way down there. And here the fair seems to continue, and a street branches off to the left there. So let's go explore this. Perhaps a statue of a Templar, I don't know. Maybe just an attraction for kids. Tourist groups, some of which speak English, wandering through here. I can hear their voices. These are clever bubbles. So the cool way underneath a tower. I wonder what street this was, what main street this would have been. Surely it has to have been a main gate of some sort, although in one of the Chinese towns this tower was dead center in the old town. Just a pretty little side street with that tree coming over from the right. And those two flower-filled balconies. This looks like they sell some kind of barbecued meat in slabs or whatever. It looks like with all those chairs, yes, there's an amphitheater, a stage up there, so something big is planned for that. And like so many of these older towns, it's like one plaza after another plaza, reflecting the random street design. Now it's interesting, there is a Camino sign and an arrow, so maybe the Camino comes right down through here. And here my favorite little drink is agua con gas. And this is €2. It's anywhere from €1 for an even bigger bottle down to €2 or up to €2. And then they give me this little sandwich, which is kind of cute, a little hors d'oeuvre or tapas as they call it. So this is a typical Plaza Mayor, which I'm assuming this is, with this being the city council offices, and I'm guessing that's what they are. And then the lower levels of the surrounding square buildings are for shops, and then residences up above, except this one screws it up with the one that's behind me, which is a modern building. So now we'll wander back the way we've come. There's Hilda the Witch and a guy selling noise-making machines. Here we get a look at one of these towers. And a wall in the square tower. Closing up right now, probably for the siesta period, and they'll open up again around 4 or something like that for the evening. I think that's an entrance there, but I don't see anybody going in, so I don't know if you can get access to this or if it's siesta and that's why no one's walking in. There's some Templars having lunch, so maybe there's something up here. I saw somebody go up, so I'll go take a look. So it looks like the castle is just an outward shell. These are kind of interesting with the round holes and then the slot. That's a variation on the concept. Cupolas are pretty up there. Don't know what their function is inside the church. So today there is a fiesta, and what a fiesta means in Spain is everything is shuts down. Few restaurants stay open. The big Mercadona down there, which is a big supermarket, it locks up till tomorrow. It doesn't even open up today. As a contrast to the United States, where if you have a big celebration, that means everything's going to be open. You get the feeling that the Spanish way concept of work is we work when we don't have a fiesta, we work after we've been drinking all night long, and we don't work just about the time that you'd like to be able to relax in a restaurant. We shut them all down at 2 o'clock and then open up at 4:30, and then we stay up starting at around 8 or 10 if we have dinner, and stay up until 12 or 1 or 2 or longer. So I asked for a menu, and this is what I got so far, and I don't know, maybe it's just a warm-up, but we'll see. And my water. So this just arrived unannounced and unasked for, so I assume that you get, when you sit down, you get what they deliver to you. And also, just to make note, this is cured ham, which you'll see used not only for sale, hanging in a shop, but also in restaurants as a form of decor. Huge chunks of ham just hanging. And the hits just keep on coming, unasked for. Getting desperate, I found this nice little restaurant to eat. Had an excellent dinner of foods I hadn't had before. And so now I'm in the midst of this housing complex here. Sterile, but functional. Here's a pretty little church in the first town outside of Ponferrada or whatever it is, which is absolutely irresponsible in giving any directions out of town. It's only when you get out to this town that you start to find the signs again. And here even a sign saying Camino de Santiago, nothing as you leave that Ponferrada or whatever.